folks at home, it's time for us to start decorating our aquarium. And I'm going to start off by saying I appreciate all the feedback that we got from you all in our last video. We had a ton of comments and a lot of good ideas, and if we used one of your ideas to put in this aquarium, then make sure you stay tuned to the end of this video. We're going to call out a couple people's names, and we're going to send you out a prize pack, so stay tuned to the end. So to start off with, we got some we got a little tree house here. This is going to go good with our bonsai tree. We got a sunken pirate ship. It's got a bubbler in it, so it's going to make it come to life. This is our old house that we had in our other tank, and Red and Gilly like to live in there, so we got it. It's got one of those water wheels on the side, so we'll hook a bubbler up to it. We have an anchor for our pirate ship, and then we got a splitter here. We're going to split a hose and come off of this air pump right here. So we're going to go ahead and get all that set up. We also have a bonsai tree coming in tomorrow, and then all of our live plants coming in 2 days from now. So this thing should really come to life. And also, one guy recommended getting BamaBass and wood lettering across the back. We're going to do that. We got that coming in later this week. So here goes phase 2 of our aquarium. Alright, we got the tree house, the pirate ship, the anchor, Red's house, and this little house that's going to go along with the bonsai tree. We also put a bunch of minnows in there. That's bait for the bass. That'll kind of help cycle the tank a little bit quicker. And then tomorrow we have the plants coming in. We also got some little moss balls down there. We're going to use those moss with our bonsai tree, and then may even leave a couple of them floating around. They look pretty cool. Plants coming tomorrow.
Good news, Chloe. We got our plants in today. And I'm going to show you how we're going to plant these, but first we've got to take them out, clean them, make sure there's no snails or any bugs that can harm our fish or inside the aquarium. Now I'm going to walk you through the different species that we got, and then I'll show you how we're going to get them cleaned.
Alright guys, here's all the plants. Liz got them all unboxed for us. We got a bunch of dwarf hairgrass. We got some stuff that I can't pronounce, but I'm going to do my best. Hail Fairy. This is basically just a 4-leaf clover right here. We got it. Some Amazon swords of different sizes. Liz, help me out on this one.
A larger 4-leaf clover.
Larger 4-leaf clover, like the clovers. And then the last two are crypts. So we're about to wash them off real good, and then Liz is going to plant them. Alright, Liz is starting the cleaning process. First of all, take them out of their little tiny buckets. And then also, Liz just told me you're going to want to peel this extra little coating that's around them off. That'll keep them from absorbing those nutrients. And then one little secret is we've got some peroxide, hydrogen peroxide. Fill it up in a little squirt bottle, and you want to spray those down before. And what that does, it'll help with the bugs and stuff, but it'll definitely work on the algae. That's something you definitely want to do, and it'll kill off that algae. And then we're going to rinse them, get all the rest of the bugs off, and then they'll be ready to plant. Alright, now we're fixing to start rinsing this little guy. Let's see if we got any bugs that hop off into this bowl. Alright, Liz, let me grab this little bucket and we'll see if we can. Got some dirt in there. Oh, yep, I definitely see. I don't know if the camera's going to be able to pick it up. Definitely see some tiny, tiny little bugs in there moving around. So that's good. That's why you wash them off. Never know what you may be introducing to the tank. And one last little tip is you want to make sure to trim off any of the little dead stems, or if part of it's already died off, you might as well go ahead and clip that off and trim it with scissors, and then they'll be ready to plant. Alright folks, we're in the middle of planting. Liz brought the water level down to about half, and we've put in some swords there, the tall green ones. Here on each side of the house, we got some of the little 4-leaf clover stuff back there in the back. We're trying to leave some room because we're going to put some wood pieces over there and some wood pieces back here, and then the bonsai tree right here, so we're leaving some of this space open. But Liz is going to show you real quick. We use 2 different things. Go ahead and hop up here, Liz, and let's show them. First off, show them a little scraper. We got a little scooper that helps kind of make the space for it, and then we got the little planter, I guess you'd call it. These are 12-inch tongs that really help you, especially with an aquarium this size, to get those plants planted right where you want to put it. And then you'll go in with your little plant, just like planting out in the garden, and then cover it right back up. Perfect. And we're going to do that a bunch. The trick is, when you're planting these live plants, you don't want to plant them in big groups, especially like for all this grass, this dwarf hair grass we're going to do out here. you want to tear them off into small little groups because they have a root system that'll spread. But if you put them in too big of clumps, the weight will lift up on it, and then you'll come back the next day and all your plants will have uprooted. So go in small portions. It's tedious, but it'll look good in the end. Alright, the first round of plants are in. Here we got the Amazon sword here to the left. That's some moss balls there. Dwarf hairgrass up here in the front. We got some taller Amazon swords right there in the back. We got the 4-leaf clover style back behind the house. We want to do a big carpet right here, the dwarf hairgrass. All that'll kind of grow in together over time. Some more swords. Swords in the back. Swords, and then that's a type of plant that will grow up and kind of leach out over the top. That's a much quicker growing, I call it weed, there in the back that's going to grow up real tall. But this is just our first round of plants. We wanted to leave some room for the bonsai tree that's coming in right here. It's going to take up a bunch of space, and then we also left some room over here. So we're going to put more plants in it. We just kind of wanted to see how this looks, and so far we're happy with it. We really like the look of this. We're going to let it grow, and hopefully it'll all grow in really well, and it's starting to look good and starting to all come together. Alright, now we got all the plants in, and we are going to try to help cycle the water in the tank. And Liz has got some stuff here that's going to help us. And Liz, tell us about this Dr. Tim's.
It's one and only live nitrifying bacteria, so it has the bacteria that you want in the tank, and so it's going to help get our tank cycled sooner than if we didn't add this to it.
Alright, so here's something I forgot to mention in the last video. We also have a filter, a little mat style filter that sits in from where our gravity feed tubes return the water, and that mat sits right there, and all the water filters through the mat before it gets to the bio balls. But when you put in something like this, you want to remove your mat, and you want to put that in directly on top of those bio balls so it can get in and interact. So Liz is going to go ahead. It's actually going to take us 2.5 of these bottles this size for a 300-gallon tank.
Be sure to shake it up. Shake
it up really good, dump it in there, and it'll pump it back up to the top, and hopefully it's going to help us cycle our tank a lot quicker. Alright, we got a lot of boxes in for the aquarium, so the cats are definitely happy, but this is the one I'm most excited about. This is the bonsai tree. We hadn't opened it up and looked at it yet. We're going to show you this thing as we uncover it. I'm really excited about this one. It's a bonsai tree that is made out of driftwood, and it's very hard to find these. There was only one company in the US that I could find that could make one of these for us, so we're about to check it out. Hey, there's the tip of it. Now we got to uncover the snow. Come here. Come here. Look, he's sinking.
Oh, poor baby.
Alright, there it is. I like it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take moss and put it here on the branches, and then it'll end up growing and making it look just as lively as a real bonsai tree would. It's all made from driftwood and sawdust, and everything's approved for an aquarium, so we're going to attach a couple different types of moss to it and see which one looks the best. Alright guys, this is a Christmas moss, and we're going to use it with the bonsai tree. Same way as with the plants. You wash it off and spray it with peroxide, hydrogen peroxide. And this actually comes on a little mesh, and stainless steel mesh. You can use it if it'll bend to your needs, or you can remove it. Right now, since we're just in test phase, we don't know which type of moss we're going to use. I'm going to leave it on there, and you can see here I've got, one of these limbs like this. I can just bend it just a little bit there in the center, and it'll fit right over one of these limbs. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie this down with fishing line, submerge it, and then we'll watch it grow over the next week or two. We're going to put some Miramote moss on some of these other branches, and we're going to see which one we like more and which kind of makes it look more lively and like a bonsai. So I'm going to tie this down, then we're going to submerge the whole tree in the tank. Alright guys, now we're going to work on the Miramote moss balls, And there's one little simple trick. They come in these little round balls. You just take the scissors and cut just a little bit there, and then you can kind of flatten them out. You peel it out. They'll give you one big flattened surface there. And then you'll take the big flattened surface and you'll place it on your tree limbs. So we're working our way around. Gonna tie off some of these, and then we'll see if we like Miramo or the Christmas moss better. So there we go. I just got mostly Miramo moss on it, little Christmas moss there in the back. I'm sure some of you are probably wondering how I attached it. 14-pound vicious fluorocarbon. That stuff will not break, so it'll hold on for the long haul. We're about to put her in the tank. Alright, earlier in the video I mentioned that a guy commented that we should get wooden letters carved out in our channel name, BamaBass. So I found an online company that could do that. They carved it out of walnut, and that's really good because it's a dark wood that doesn't require any staining. And you don't want to stain wood and then put it down in your aquarium, because that stain will leach out and it's bad for the water. One thing we're also thinking about doing is putting our YouTube play button right, we'll waterproof it possibly and put it right in between there. That was our play button we got for 100,000 subscribers, or maybe even like a sunken GoPro. So let us know what you think about that. So in our next video, you'll see this lettering go in. You'll also see the bonsai tree go in, as well as Bonnie and Clyde finally get put into the new tank. So we have one last surprise. Check out this big guy right here. Liz actually caught this bluegill yesterday, almost weighed a pound, and we're just like with Bonnie and Clyde, we're going to get you guys to help us name it. Comment below what you think we ought to name this massive gill, and if we end up using your suggestion for the name of this bluegill, then we're going to give you a $100 gift card to our shop. So leave that comment below. Let us know what you think about the tank, how everything's coming along. We also got some really good fishing videos coming up soon, and more tank updates. So hope you enjoyed it. See you guys next time.
Bonnie and Clyde were pretty looking people, but I can tell you people, they were the devil's children.